Oh my goodness, good morning, bedbreads and sleepy heads. Hold on, wait. Models all frickety dude. There we go, that's way better. Good morning, everybody. Oh, that's really loud. Let's reduce that volume a little bit. I always forget that the intro is so loud. Good morning, bedbreads and sleepy heads. First of all, congratulations to Brian, Nyla, and not the big boss of first, second, and third, respectfully. Hello, Brian. Hello, Nyla. Hello, not the big boss. How is everybody doing today? Hold on, we're just gonna hit continue right away so that we're, despite the fact that I do actually really enjoy that music, that like enjoyable, but also it's really loud, and I don't think there's an easy way to reduce it. So it's like, all right. I'm feeling all right. I still got the lightest of cough, which is probably going to happen soon because I can feel it kind of tickling the back of my throat. Other than that, health-wise, I think I'm back to like 90-95%, which I think is very reasonable. Ugh. Been hammering water. Went for a walk earlier today. I think I'm doing all right. So getting right into it. Well, specifically, I need to get into it because I can't just be having this in the background. It'd be like, this is going to be a problem. That's going to be loud. Okay, can't do throat singing like that. That apparently is still not okay when it comes to the coughing. It's always, how to say, I'll have these little tunes in my head that I'll just kind of be like bouncing around while I'm setting up stream. And I'll be like, well, that will be a silly little thing to maybe do on stream. And then I'll always chicken out. But then during stream, I'll just come up with weird little moments like that where it's just like, yeah, just make a weird sound. What's the worst that could happen? Because you don't have time to think, you know. There's that weird period of time when I'm prepping stream. I'm about 15 minutes before stream is usually when I start to prep, 20 to 15 minutes before stream. So I got like 20 minutes of like kind of building on it, and also 20 minutes of pondering whether or not I actually want to like dive on that idea. But when it's mid-statement, it's just like, well, you just do it. You know, there's not sitting there just like, do I want to go etc. Because that could potentially be scary. Oh god, the intro lag.
Sit and think.
But when it's just in the moment, just there's no thought process, you know? You just your brain doesn't have time to put the pieces together. The week's almost over. Got a 4 days next week. Then I got yet another vacation. Brian, you are swimming in vacations right now. Let's heckin' go, my dude. What are we playing today? We are playing Tainted Grail, Fall of Avalon, which is really laggy at the moment for some reason. Could be my computer, though. Could absolutely just be my computer. My computer has been known to be a pain in the ass sometimes.
It's nice to just sit and think.
Is it Mr. Osbright? Hope I'm saying that correctly. Hello, Artificer! How was the rest of your stream? I'm sorry I missed so much of it. I was doing many a cooking. And by many a cooking, I mean I was trying to rapid fire making myself a breakfast wrap, so...
What a nice day.
You talk a lot. I'm gonna pause so that you stop talking so much. Also, I need to do this. Model's not quite in the right spot there. Now my head actually tips up a little bit more. And hello, Roland. I hope that you're doing well. Ugh. All this time I've been singing the song Tainted Love whenever you say Tainted Grail. I don't think I know Tainted Love. Let me Google that really quickly here. Or YouTube it, maybe? Wait. Is my Firefox currently being captured? Which would be a very important thing to be aware of prior to... Okay, no, it's not. Tainted Love by... There's a couple of different versions of it. Too Old for You. Let's see. We have a soft cell version of it. We have a... Marilyn Manson version of it. Do either of those ring a bell? Soft cell. Alright, let's take a quick look at it. Wait, I know this song. I need to hear the chorus. Hold on. I think I know this song. It's like a vague memory, but there is a memory. It's like lightly tickled in the back of my head. The one from Fern Gully, that would be Toxic Love. I mean, still a good guess, Joni. I like the thinking. I like the way you're thinking. If anything, I feel bad. What? No, Artificer, if you need to go do things, like stick to your schedule. I pop in when I can. Unfortunately, it's also around the time when a lot of people start streaming, and it's just one of those, like, who do I support today? Because I can't be at every single stream. I can usually sit in around 3 people's streams. And most of the time, it's like, all right, I'm going to just go in there and I'm going to lurk, because I got to go do something else. I got to cook, I got to clean, I got to prep for something, I got to do art, I got to do a thing. That's the problem with knowing a lot of streamers. It's like, well, who do I support? Do I support this person? Who do I support? If you have, like, 7 people who are streaming and you can only be a lurker in 3 of them, it's like, hey, who did I watch, like, last time? You gotta do it kind of like a DKP system, where it's just like, well, hold on, no, I watched them yesterday, so we gotta move them down. We gotta move them down to the bottom of the list now. And the other people have to start moving up on the list. It just becomes so gosh darn complicated. Also, wait, hold on. They wanted me to... I thought I crashed the game for a second. The game is having some trouble loading, my goodness. Like, loading those pants and helmet. There we go. There we go. Now we're in it to win it. Oh, that's right. I made the weird outfit. The item's effect won't work until you reach those. Oh, so we don't get the attack speed bonus until we get more dexterity. Boo! And a low breach kick. I hope that you're doing well. Sip. Me out here trying to re-remember the game, because the last time we played, I was still recovering from sickness, and I could only stream for like 2 hours before I was like, I think I need to stop. I think I'm gonna go lay down for a bit and die. Unironically, I'm pretty sure after that stream, I slept for like 3 or 4 hours. Just like, oh, that was a little taxing. That was a little noki dokie. Time to go and take a big ol' snooze. Oh goodness me, game. Please, you can do this. I believe in you. Alright, we wanted to make the festering outfit now. which we can't do yet because we don't have enough leather. Do you sell leather, friend? You do sell leather? Well, isn't that just so convenient? Let's buy 6 specifically. We're gonna get our crafting skills up, boys and girls. Don't look at the title. I know we're supposed to go and look at those horse eyes. I get that. Don't get me wrong. You think I don't know? I invented those frickin' the horse eyes, alright? I know. But that doesn't mean that we can't first focus on other things. Oh, there's the festering armor. Ugh. Oh yeah, and then there's this armor. Notably ridiculous, like, high-level armor, which is actually, or high armor, which is actually really neat. I think we're gonna craft that because I believe we were supposed to give that to a lad at some point. Oh, we also leveled up our handcrafting by a little bit too, which is cool. I made the armor based on your notes.
You're getting the hang of this quicker than most. Tell you what, you've earned the chance to try something more advanced. I've got a pattern I've been sitting on, and if you get it right, you'll have armor so good, even I might get jealous.
What armor did you give me?
Oi, friend. You went and made armor based on the Armor's Almanac, didn't you? I should have warned you. That's a terrible idea. Those books are the biggest load of crap I've ever come across. And I've talked to Rolf when he's had a few too many.
Go on. Let's see. Said it would be better than the armor worn by the keepers. I can see you don't respect. Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, well, Alar is a fanatical follower of that Shadow Blade. He's read a couple of those books, and suddenly he thinks he knows my trade better than I do after 40 years in a forge. He even had the nerve to argue with me. Now, I told him I can hammer your face just as easily as this steel. Well, that shut him up quick. Arden Shitblade, you mean?
Oh, got him.
That fool is ruining the reputation of every armorer out there. No one knows who he is or why his nonsense even gets published. But plenty of people would love to get their hands on him. I'd gladly get rid of him myself.
It's not gonna make the... Oh, thank you for the stretch and the subsequent hydrate, by the way, Cobalt. I hope that you're doing well. Alright, let's do a stretch. Ooh, can we get that sweet, sweet pop for chat? I think we got some of the pops. Oh, I hope you're doing well, Cobalt. How goes the Earth? We just started, and Blacksmith over here. It is known. Ah! Thanks, Cobalt. We built some armor that one of the guys at the keep wanted us to make for him. And this guy at the moment is basically telling us, like, yeah, the guy who created that thing is stupid. And it's like, oh, well.
You don't get it. Those books, they are dangerous. Now think about it. Somebody reads that nonsense, makes armor, and then heads out into the world. What do you think will happen? They sure as hell won't become a Knight of the Round Table. First Grindelow they come across will punch right through that garbage armor. Exactly. That's why I think Arden needs to be stopped. Break his arms, so he can never hold a pen again. Well, if you could find him, knock some sense into his empty head, and cut off his hands, so he'd never write another book. I would cover you in gold.
know where he might
I've
be.
got no idea. Maybe Alar knows something. He's the biggest admirer of that charlatan I've ever met. He's been trying to share the wisdom of those books, but I chased him off and haven't seen him since. Oh, kid. For a favor like this, I'd be plenty generous. Trust me.
Well, we just suddenly became a hired assassin to go find a man who's been writing bad books. But we don't even know if they're actually bad or if the blacksmith is just arrogant, which is kind of an enjoyable situation, right? We have the man who has like 40 years crafting experience, but we don't know if he actually has any combat experience, versus the guy who has combat experience to some degree but has no smithing experience. I would put my money on the man with the forge experience naturally, but there is always a chance.
Thank you. You'll not only make this old smith happy, but the entire guild will be grateful.
Oh, lag. Stitches, thank you very much for the
Good
resub.
morning. I'll be lurking. Will SL3 BTP.
You'll be lurking. You'll be doing one of them there sweet, sweet lurkins. Well, I appreciate the heck out of that, my dude. I appreciate that, and I hope that you're doing well. Alright, where is this? There it is. Oh, it takes Arn. Arn and Leodor. Is this any good? You can spend more time underwater. You can spend more time underwater. That is so strange. But funny. Wait, grants an additional dash. Wait. What slot does that take? Do I have a back slot yet? Oh my goodness, this game. I don't. We could have a back slot that gives us an additional dash. Wait, that's an incredible thing. Make. Craft 10 items. Let's heck it go.
Just another peaceful moment.
Oh, thank you very much,
You'll slide in your
Syrinx.
back slot.
I'll slide in your back slot. Well, joke's on you. You sliding into my back slot gives me an additional dash. So I'm getting the heck away from you. And oh, goodness me, I'm freaking starting a hype train, you monsters. You monsters. How dare. This is illegal. You're both under arrest for conspiracy to commit fraud. Oh, wow. Shadowblade's armor. 1 armor. Oh my god, never mind. I take it back. The blacksmith knew exactly what he was talking about. That armor's useless. Hold on, I gotta go find that one son of a gun. Conspiracy to commit shenanigans. Highest form of treason, Syrinx. You are so freaking... You're banned. You're double banned. Like, you first get timed out for 2 hours, and then you get banned right afterward. How are you, by the way, Syrinx? I hope you're doing well. Whoo, cough hasn't gone away yet. I've been banned for less. You know what? That does not surprise me. Cobalt, no, please don't use your evil mod powers for evil mod things. I simply do a joke. Hold on.
Oh, right. The lamellar armor from the Armorer's Almanac. I remember. So how did it turn out? That's impossible. You must have made a mistake. I'm sure it wouldn't have turned out like that if you had followed Arden's instructions properly.
Oh god, he is...
Depends. Why do you ask?
It's rather mysterious. I'm curious to find out who he is.
That's true. I always wondered what he looks like. And what he's like in person.
I bet he's a
He must be an
frickin'
amazing
huge nerd.
conversationalist. Though I doubt I'll ever get to leave this place. If you manage to track him down, you have to tell me about it. Because I know where to find him. The almanac isn't printed by Arden himself, but in Timberwall, based on his manuscripts. In the first editions, they accidentally included not only Arden's name and pen name, but also his place of residence, I paid a good sum to get a copy. But
Oh,
here
wow,
it
that
is.
is...
No problem. I'll lend you this copy. But don't forget to get it signed.
So I need to get it signed. And then I need to frickin' send him to... Exactly, Cobalt. Frickin' doxed. But I gotta also send him to the frickin' to the 9th gate of hell, where he can be tormented in the ice, stuck in the ice from, I think it's the waist down? Or is it from the waist up? Are your feet sticking out and your head's under the ice, or is your feet under the ice and your head sticking out? I can't remember Dante's Inferno as well as I would like, as I've never read it, I've just read the Cliff Notes. So his real name is Arden Shalebrook. Location whose name I can't really say. Do you think you have an option to talk to this guy? Probably have an option to talk to the guy, Kobold. If I were to hazard a guess, I think so. Full plate armor is the indistinguished queen of all armors. Thick, forged steel plates that completely cover the body are considered nearly impossible to pierce. Unfortunately, producing plate armor is incredibly expensive, and I couldn't afford it. So I decided to run a few tests using such just a breastplate. I crafted the breastplate myself from steel plates about a centimeter thick. Jesus, that thing would be so heavy. I based it on the front part of Lancelot. Okay, can anybody tell me how to actually pronounce this? Because I don't think I've ever pronounced it properly. It's like cuirass. It's supposed to be that front breastplate that some that I think conquistadors used them. I've never known how to say it properly, which is a pain in the bum. Because it's like, how to say? How does say? I believe it's actually pronounced guillotine. Syrinx banned. Why didn't a thingy pop up? We got hype train complete 1-to-1 level 1. Heck you, Twitch. But thank you guys very much for the hype train. That's very kind of you. You goobers, you. Someone say banned. Cobalt, when did you get this emote? Cobalt, you're not allowed to have that. Put that away. Put the knife down. Hey, hey. I've had it for a while. Have I just not noticed? I swear I've never seen that one before. That's it. I'm gonna Google it myself. Really? I was not prepared to say such a thing on Pride Month. Apparently, it's queerass. How do you get the Q sound out of a C-U-I? What's the origin of this word? Hold on. What's its origin? What's its... It went from Latin to late Latin to French to modern English. Or to late Middle English. Interesting. Piece of armor consisting of breastplate and backplate fastened together. Yeah. What a strange way to have to say that word. Well, that's how you pronounce it. It's a K-W-E sound. Qua. So it's queerass is how you're supposed to say it. Cobalt, I haven't seen that one before either. I swear you have no new emotes and you're just out here being you're gaslighting me. That's what's happening right now. I'm calling you out, mister. You out here like, never used these emotes before in my entire life. And I'm like, I've never seen them before in my entire life. You're fucking with me. All right. Queer ass from an illustration in the book The Knights of the Round by Name of Camelot. It's not an exact replica, of course. But it is as close as I could get to the original. I mounted it on a sandbag to simulate a human torso and put it to the test. Neither as a one-handed sword nor spear could penetrate the armor, only leaving small dents. Crossbow bolts from a 160 kilogram draw weight, close range, left minor punctures, but none went through the sandbag. This is confirmed what I already suspected. Killing or even wounding a knight in full plate would take either superhuman strength or a miracle. Oh my goodness. Don't know what you're talking about. Uh-huh. Oh, you have another one, do you? That looks pretty new. That one's so new, it's got your new hair color scheme, you son of a gaslighting. Yeah. Also, seriously though, a centimeter thick. I don't know if anybody knows a centimeter. If anybody knows inches, it's a little bit less than a third of an inch. Which is like... No, I don't think that... How thick was a cuirass? Usually between 1 and 4 millimeters thick. Yeah, freaking 1 centimeter? No. Oh my god, that thing would be so heavy. We could hear the typing. I just have a lot of... Look, I find armor crafting, blacksmithing... Look, I'm very stereotypically male in that regard. Me being like... No, Syrinx. It's 1 to 4 millimeters for a cuirass. This guy made a centimeter thick cuirass, which is like, imagine how heavy that would be. Like, this is that armor that's like just the breastplate and the back breastplate. Normally it's 2 pieces, leather straps at the top that you could basically lower it over your head and then strap it together on the left and right side, or just on the left side or the right side, whichever one happens to be. This guy tried to make it out of 1 centimeter thick steel. That thing would be unwieldy. How much weight would that be? How much is this? How much does it... Wait, how much? Cuirass weight. Okay, this one's a 9 millimeter one. About 15 to 33 pounds. And then multiply that by... If it's 9 millimeter, went to full centimeter, then you would be going... Hold on. Let's say 9 millimeter. No, not 9 millimeter. We'll go for about 5 millimeter. We'd almost be doubling it. That would be such an insanely heavy piece of armor. You'd be between like 30 and 60 pounds for just a breastplate. Now, if that's all that you're wearing, sure, but that's still a fair bit of weight. If anybody's lifted up like a 20-pound weight, times that by 3. And that's what you're just carrying on your chest. Well, chest and back. On your shoulders. Oh, those straps. Ugh. I have a lot of... a lot of things are happening in my brain right now, and I need to step away from this because I'm getting lost in the weeds. Look. All my homies are naturally curious people. And I wouldn't have it any other way. And I am much like them in the sense of where it's just like, well, how does this work? And then you go and check and you're like, oh, that's weird. I'm curious though, can we break equipment apart? Is that a thing we can do? Yeah, we have the book now. No, I don't want to equip it. I want to, like, destroy it. Can we disassemble armor? Oh my, cover up, you fiend! Thank you. Goodness me. Alright, curiosity provokes. We're on a lot of Googling right now. I'm in a very Googling mood. Tainted Grail. Can you deconstruct items? Disassemble gear. Aw, the disassembled gear mechanic was dropped. R.I.P. Ah, well. In that case, hey there, buckaroo. You wanna buy my crappy armor here? Oh, for that sweet 9 gold pieces. I don't really need the festering armor. They're cool, but they require a lot of that. Money-wise, they're pretty good, actually. The armor's not terrible, especially with the attack speed, but I'd need dexterity, and I kind of want to go down the claymore and like two-hander building path, which would require me to go down some pretty heavy strength routes. Oh wait, I can make my own leather? Oh, that's awesome. Wait, that's cool. Do I get XP for that too? Oh yeah, a decent amount. Leather gloves. Nothing too amazing. Do I even have gloves? I'm going down a rabbit hole right now. I apologize to everybody here for just me being like, oh, game mechanic. This is a thing you guys are unfortunately going to have to deal with. What? Why can't I grab? They're just mushrooms. All right, fine.
What a nice day.
Hold on, let me... Right, we still got the 2 skill points that I don't 100% know what I want to do with. The warmest coat. I crafted a coat for him. Time to give it to him. Oh, right. He's up above. Let's go give the boy his coat. He's gonna be really happy about it. He's gonna be like, wow, I'm not cold anymore. At least I hope so. Were you the cold one?
Oh, thank you, friend. Let me repay your kindness. Even though I don't have much, I can at least tell you about something I saw a little while ago. It might be interesting for an adventurer like you. See those rocks near the shore? When it gets dark, sometimes I see a light there. I'm no sure what it could be though. A bandit camp this close to the Horns? Impossible. The Daliata? No way. They wouldn't hide like that. Maybe something else entirely? It's probably nothing, but maybe you could find something interesting or valuable there.
Wait, if there's a light...
Farewell.
I'll be nice to you and not actually get upsetty. Also, I realized I just built the warm coat, and therefore I have lost my warm coat, and now I am mildly upset, because that means that was probably my dash coat that just got taken. My dash coat has officially been taken. Syrinx, I just gave you to that man. I'm so sorry. You were out here like, I can keep you warm, and I'm like, oh, thanks, bud. And then he's just like, I'm really cold, and I'm like, let me give you this Syrinx.
Just another peaceful moment.
I don't have enough to make another one. I do! Okay, never mind. Everything is fine. Whew! Oh, right. I actually have, like, pendants. Oh, that's right. I got the weird fingies! 5% chance for extra critical hit. Oh, we should actually get access to some better pants and boots. Can I make better pants and boots? I would hope so. Yeah, but they're all too heavy. And technically we only have one pair of boots that we can make right now. And only one pair of pants, but they're also really heavy. I don't think you sell any more books. No, we purchased all the books from you. Ooh, small amount of fire damage. Oh yeah, I forgot. So there is some like Dark Souls-y stuff in here. There's the flame resin. Also, another reason that I actually want to get more strength. The battle-tested longbow. So we can actually go down a slight ranged build. Just slightly, in the sense of that we go down the strength route. And just as we're going down the strength route, we can also grab a longbow. Because the strength will actually help us there, which I think is really neat. Right now we're a bit down the dexterity tree, which is fine. It gives us more attack speed. The thing that we need right now, though, is a lot of strength. That's where our points are going to have to go into. That being said, though, I don't feel bad about going down the practical route, because it is still, at the end of the day, neat for us to be able to do what we did. Like, we went down the, you know, we can sell stuff for more profit. We can actually, when we craft, there's actually a 50% chance that we can recycle a single resource, which is actually, now that I'm looking at it, that's how they probably changed it. Instead of being able to dismantle armor, you just have a chance to get a resource back while you're crafting. We can craft arrows, we can craft armor stuff. Reduces the weight of crafted items by 1, which is crazy. But also, that was the really cool one, the Mastercraft. We no longer craft weak items. Which before, I think we had to get to a certain crafting threshold to be able to do something with that. Because if you saw, I apologize, I am really analytical today. I had caffeine for the first time in a while, and my ADHD feels so much less foggy. You know, like I can think clearly. The only problem is I'm still thinking really fast. So it's just a lot of just like, oh, but this. Before, like if you see here, there's like the expected outcome and chance for better. It used to be before we took the can't craft weak items, we would start by crafting weak versions of this and then a chance to build a better version, which also is a cool system. I like that system because it means that as you level up your handcrafting skill, you have the chance to make better equipment, which is percentage based, but it's a cool system. I think it's neat. And hello, Spencer. The Mastercraft, I thought you were talking about Canadian Tire. Who's to say I wasn't, Spencer? What if this was all just me being like, and you know how you can increase your chance to build things better? Go to Canadian Tire and pick yourself up a Mastercraft, like, tool set. Now, mind you, that isn't what I was saying. But imagine if that is what I was saying. You know? Also, we have lots of feathers, we have lots of wood. We could actually make a bunch of iron arrows. We can also make a bunch of copper arrows. Which for some... Oh, these are copper throwing knives. I was like, wait, I can just make them without fletching? That seems weird. Hold on, let's make 40 of them. Do I get a cut of the sponsorship money for the setup? Obviously, you get 5%.
What a nice day.
Okay, it's so weird. This guy has decent audio range. Like, his audio volume is fine. That guy we just talked to, I don't know if that was the same for you guys, but he felt so quiet. Like, almost like worryingly quiet. Oh, you actually sell all this stuff. Huh. Oh, there's one other thing that we want to do. We're going to the campfire, because I know where the last of my skills are coming from. I know that we're going to go two-hander, and we will level up eventually. But what I want to do first, because we're going to be still going practicality quite a bit, we're going to grab the potion reduction in cost. That also seems like a good one. Maybe we actually want both. Potions last twice as long for you, and also the reduction in that. This is nice. We're going to start with that one, though. There. Perfect. Food regenerates 10% more. Increases healing income. Resting blessing. Max health. This is also a good... There's just a lot of really good trees to go down in this game, and it's almost frustrating because it's one of those like, well, what do I level up next? What should I level up next? Oh, we actually have access. Oh, because we have some garlic. Also, yeah, again, with the cooking as well, right? Like, let's make sure that we're looking specifically at the cabbage rolls. We have a 50% chance, because we have 14 cooking, to cook this as an expected +1 roll. So it's actually better than it normally is. We have a 38% chance to just be a regular cabbage roll, and we have an 11% chance for it to be a +2 roll. See, we made the level, we made the +1, we knew it was going to be a thing. Perfect. And now our cooking is also level 5. I'm sorry, I love crafting stuff. That's just a thing I really like and stuff like this. Also, Spencer, how are you doing, by the way? Are you getting hit by weird waves of temperature too? Apparently it was snowing in BC a couple of days ago. Did you guys get affected by that at all? I know that you're in, like, the northern, like, the more northern area, one province over, so...
You're back. Did you bring my goods?
No. I'm looking to see if you have any... Did we grab the sketchbook? Did we grab these? I don't think we did. They would be under tools, I suspect. Hold on, wait, just based on this. They're actually classified under weapons. Interesting. No, we don't actually have them. Alright. We're buying the sketchbook, and we're buying the spyglass. I don't know 100% what they do. But we're gonna see what they do. By going in here. Didn't we buy them? Where are they? They were never weapons, were they? I was lied to. Lied to my face. Do you think the eyes of the White Tower are blind? Yes. Like a lot. Hold on, let's just scan through. I know roughly what I'm looking for. Huh. Did they just get, like, added to, like, a mystery spot that I can't do anything with? If so, well, so be it. And nope, well, probably for the better then, Spencer. not just randomly getting hit by just a crazy amount of cold suddenly. Have we talked to you?
Let me guess. Camelot, no? Timberwall, also no? So you're not from the north? Ah, of course.
You must be from Quanacht. I should have guessed.
Quanacht.
So, who's in charge there now? Nowhere? Never heard about it. Must be a shithole like no other. And I think I won't learn much about politics from you.
You know, people are talking about rising unrest in the north, and a secret coalition preparing a coup at the highest levels of power. And that whole plague thing is just a tool to reach their final goal.
Oh God.
The Red priests are also trying to get something out of it.
And to be honest, it's not going too bad for them. The druids are out of the picture already.
I think this guy might be a conspiracy theorist.
Well, sure. They want to establish a new order on our island. And it's not clear who's involved in the whole mess.
Maybe. Maybe our captain is even involved. Hell knows. They have their people everywhere. Damn it, you could be one of them too. Although when I look at you, I don't think so. You have such a stupid face. With all due respect, of course.
Man, this guy sucks. Why do you suck?
That's the case. Those sons of bitches are good at hiding. They kinda blend in and live among us. It's hard to tell if it's hideous magic or some other tricks. You see? It takes one to know one. And that means we're just pawns. Folks like us won't change anything. But we have to talk out loud. It suits them when everyone keeps their mouth shut.
All right, at least he's willing to roll with the punches. I'll give him that. I'll give him that. I'll give that he was totally like, yeah, so.
Wait a minute. I'm not suggesting anything here. I'm just thinking out loud.
It doesn't make sense that the plague appeared just like that. Out of bloody nowhere? Hell no. It's a high-stakes game.
Power over us, of course. Over our bodies and souls. Over Avalon. Over the whole damn course of history. You know, I've been thinking lately. What if King Arthur is just a stupid fairy tale? What if the nobles and others involved in the whole conspiracy just made him up? And us peasants eventually just started to believe in it.
You know, one story for everyone. They drilled it into our heads, and drilled until it finally stuck. And then they built statues, wrote books, and everything else.
He's got that like broken clock twice a day situation. Yeah, hello Minerva, I hope that you're doing well. That's bullshit, you know, it's impossible to make something like that up.
Yeah? Don't tell me you're one of those fools that think that the All-Mother exists. Have you ever seen her? How do you know that we're not being lied to?
Exactly. But maybe one day you'll see the truth.
There's no hope for this man. But like, it's one of those irritating things where just like, yeah, sure, there's a complete... You can't mix those two. Like, it's very much just... It's the idea of just like, you know, just like, maybe, you know, insert like known historical figure here wasn't even real, and we've just been told that it's wrong, that they exist so long that we believe it. And it's just like, that's insane. It's just like, oh, and I bet you believe that God exists too. Have you ever seen God? And it's like, what is this logic leap that you are making right now? What is this insane jump in thought process that you have going on in that old noggin of yours? Right, we still haven't actually talked to the quartermaster. Ha ha ha. Whoops. Maybe we should go talk to him. I mean, he's right there. Hello, quartermaster. I want to steal all your stuff. And I don't want to feel bad about it either. You know? He looks like a sassy brat. Look at those eyebrows. And that pulled back hair. This boy is a sassy bitch. That's what I'm prepared for.
Sir, I haven't seen you before. I wasn't expecting any guests, and you don't look like a new recruit.
His voice was not what I was
Let's
expecting,
let you
though.
in. He's not drinking again, I hope.
Yes, he was pretty drunk.
Most unfortunate. But that explains why you just strutted into the horns. I'm afraid I'll have to take action. The name's Fergus, and I assume you already know I'm the quartermaster here. Now state your business.
I have a coin.
Please, try to be convincing, or the walls of this fortress will be the last thing you'll ever see.
Nope, never mind. He's just a hoarse-voiced sassy bitch. I was right all along.
Yes, I know. And that's why you're still standing in front of me. However, these pens were only given to certain people. They mean that in times of trouble, these people will always find a safe haven here in the Horns. And that makes me wonder, what happened to your friend? Where is he?
We got shipwrecked on the way, I assume he's
If
dead.
what you're saying is true, he must have had a deal with somebody well above my pay grade, and that leaves only the captain. However, if you're lying, then you might as well have just confessed to the murder of a Knight of the Round Table. But nobody's that much of a fool, I think. Fortunately for you, I've seen my fair share of morons in life, and you don't look like one. Fortunately for me, this pen only means that I'm to make sure you're safe in the Horns. Nothing about helping you out with whatever you're up to. Anyway, welcome to the Horns of the South. Make yourself at home.
Man, this guy sucks. Like, literally, it's just like, oh, did you just confess to murdering a Knight of the Round Table? And it's like, I said that we got in a shipwreck. What part about a shipwreck don't you understand? Did you not hear the part where I said shipwreck, you daft imbecile? Alright, we got that. Medal with an inscription. We have ads coming up, so I think we're gonna knock out the ads
If you
first.
need rest, you can sleep in the barracks. It's no royal chamber, but it's better to sleep under a roof than under the stars, right? Especially in this horrible weather.
I will talk to this boy in a second, though. We will get back to this, chat. Obviously. Why would I stop now? That would be ridiculous. Redonkulous, even. Alright, everybody, though, we need to go take a quick 3-minute break because ads are coming up. So, in the meantime, if you guys can or are able to, I hope that you get up and stretch, grab yourself something, grab yourself something, make sure you guys are taking care of yourselves. I will be back ASAP. BRB. Ooh, sorry about that. Took me a tiny bit longer than expected. All right. Let's talk to Fergus. Fergus? Fergus? Fergulgas? This man. This boy specifically. Let's see.
Just as I thought. If you have friends among the knights, you'll want to talk to the captain. But that's not happening anytime soon.
Oh, won't it? Why?
Because I said so. What? Did you really expect that you could just enter our keep and head straight for the captain's quarters? There wouldn't be much point in having walls and guards here if anyone could just do that, would there?
Strength percent question mark.
So what? And have you helped any of my people? Or are you just here to wave that pin in my face again?
I've helped
First,
several.
Show me you care, and then I'll take you to the captain. I can't have every random stray wasting his time. Not now, when the outcome of the war with its tribes is so precarious.
Isn't the captain
Trust we
missing?
understand each other? Good. Come back when you've proven your worth to the Horns of the South. Then we'll talk. Ninian. I knew the Red Death would take him. Damn shame. He was one of the good ones. You did right bringing this back. The Horns look after their own, even after they're gone. But, now that I think of it, how did you manage to get hold of his tag?
Oh, he wasn't taken by the Red Death that tortured him.
Tortured? In the asylum? You can't expect me to take that at face value. Brother Riagan said Ninian was too weak to survive the journey. They came for him, and we even held a symbolic keeper's burial for him. And what were you doing in the island asylum? You look fine, but if you were there, near him...
I was cured by King Arthur, and now I'm immune. It was a misunderstanding. The Red Priest got the wrong person.
I'm sorry this happened to you. Still, you have to understand. Now that you've told me this, I'll be keeping a close eye on you. No risks can be taken when it comes to the Red Death.
I mean, I understand, but...
That's one of our tags. Every soldier gets one when they pledge their loyalty. I just hope the body you took it from was already cold, because killing a keeper would land you in some serious trouble. You know, here's what I'm thinking. If you stumble over any of our fallen keepers out there, bring me their tags. Sure, they all swore to stay here until the bitter end, but they have families who deserve to know what became of them. It's part of my duty, but since I can't send any more beyond these walls, maybe you could lend a hand. I'll pay you for every tag you bring back.
Oh, that seems reasonable.
You know where to find me if you come across any more.
Oh, I see. It's just there in case you do actually find one.
He's not our first line of defense. The archers are. Every man here needs to have a job. And no offense to Odrin, but let's just say we can afford to lose him.
Oof.
I'm sure the hordes of visitors clamoring at our gates can survive the insult.
Oof. Oof.
That's between her and the captain. Were it up to me, she'd be long gone. Her presence here distracts my men. I'm Captain Brandon's right hand. He deals with the serious matters I don't want to know anything about. I take care of our everyday life.
Reasonable.
We've been having trouble with the dead lately. The kind that don't want to rest in peace. There are more and more of them roaming the area. It might just be the weirdness, as it has been steadily creeping closer from the north, but somehow I doubt it.
Okay.
Anyway, I suggest you go see Marg first. He knows best what's going on there. He's our huntsman. He keeps us stocked with meat, so the lads don't have to live on fish alone. They get pretty grumpy when that happens. Right now, Marg is the only other person who's allowed to leave the keep. I'm not about to risk the life of our last link to the outside world, especially when you're so eager to lend a hand.
Hey!
There is a local legend about a dark druid named Slaughter? Slaughter, that was it. He was a necromancer rumored to be able to raise the dead and make them do his bidding. It's quite an old legend, though, so unless he managed to raise himself from the dead, I doubt he's behind this.
Well, don't you know that necromancers' whole situation is that they just don't want to die? Goodness me, man. It's like you've never heard of a necromancer before.
It's old. From what I've heard, it even predates the Horns of the South. The keepers and the people from the village below used to bury their dead there, but after the flood, it's been pretty much abandoned. Yeah, damn druids. They flooded a village of innocent people just to show everyone they're still in power. Fat lot of good it did them. I'm not gonna lie, I'm glad we got rid of them. The things they could do were unnatural.
I mean, to be fair, it's one of those weird things where simultaneously it's like a new faith coming in and removing an old faith violently. But also, we've seen some stuff that the druids did, and it's just like, the druids are kind of weird. You know, they've got some weird ideas.
It's not far, and it's hard to miss. But honestly, I'd suggest you go see Marg first. You don't really know what you're walking into, so if I were you, I'd try to learn as much as possible beforehand. The captain forbade anyone from leaving the keep, so I couldn't. And truth be told, I didn't particularly want to. We don't get many recruits, and you're, well...
disposable.
Your words, not mine. Good. Try not to get yourself killed, and get rid of whatever's been causing the problem. Fine then. This is the keep. Anyone sworn in as a keeper lives here, unless they're no longer fit for service. If that happens, they get transferred to the village. Otherwise, they're not allowed to go there without my express permission. So if you ever see any of my boys down there looking shifty, feel free to report them.
All right.
You're allowed to walk around the keep and the village, but if anyone catches you stealing, I'll take your hands. If you attack any of my men, I'll take your head. That enough for you?
Why are you so sassy?
It used to belong to the keep. You could say it was its beating heart. That village was where our lighthouses led the ships, and where the workers lived with their families. Ah, those must have been the days. But then the ships stopped coming, and there were less and less new keepers, and the others left looking for a better life. Until, at last, the sea took most of it. What else was there to do? There weren't enough people to live there, and nobody wanted to anyway. Not since the monsters started coming out of the sea.
Reasonable.
We wiped out most of them, but new ones showed up every now and then. Marg, our hunter, keeps an eye on the place. You can talk to him if you want.
I mean, you've basically told me that I have to.
Depends on your idea of interesting. There's a weird statue with a gong, but I'm not sure how much of it is left. Other than that, probably just damp rubble. I don't know. Ask Marg. I'm pretty sure he just sits there all day instead of hunting. No wonder we've been eating nothing but fish.
Wow, you talk, like, positively about him, and now you're being sassy?
Excalibur. You want to pull it out? That's a good one. Well, be my guest. If you think you can, go ahead. But unless you're King Arthur reborn, I wouldn't count on it.
Alright, well, we got our jobs. Wait, is this our boy already? Nope, you're a different boy.
If
Hi.
you're here to see the healer, don't bother. He's a quack and a butcher who likes to watch people suffer. And I mean it! He's a know-it-all from Camelot, but the truth is, he doesn't know shit.
Well,
All of those
jeez.
academic types think they're better than us village folk, just because they read a book. We've been getting by just fine without any of their crap. I came to him with a toothache, asked him to make me something for the pain, and you know what he did?
You pulled your tooth
He
out.
said my tooth is rotten, and then sent me to Osprey to get it pulled out.
Yeah, but that's better. That you can't fix the tooth, you need to remove it.
Sounds like horse crap. My grandma was smarter than your lot, and she couldn't even read. She knew how to make a proper potion for tooth. I even gave him my
Oops.
grandma's recipe, but he said it was no good. No, Heber took it, the plonker. Said if I don't know how to make it, I shouldn't have it. And that he doesn't want some questionable homebrew medicine spreading through the keep.
Hey Dorn, how's it going?
Oh yeah? And then what? Another and then another? Give it a few years and I'd be left with no teeth at all. Ah, leave me alone.
Man, you suck. You suck and are dumb. This one right here. Well, can't do it anymore. Cause I noped him. Is this the place for the... Where's this magical boy? So let's chuck all our books in here again. The apothecary does the quest line. Where is the apothecary, out of curiosity? No. I don't think it's in Jan's quarters, is it? Seriously? Why wouldn't it say like apothecary or something? Bad game design, 0 out of 10, bad game. Hello.
Oh, sorry. Do I know you? I'm terrible with faces. Either way, glad to make your acquaintance. I'm Jan Heber, a physician raised in Camelot and trained in the Royal Academy.
You have some facial damage. And it concerns me. Lightning damage, lightning damage. Purchase, purchase. I have that one already, I'm pretty sure. Definitely don't have that one yet. Ooh, and Hailstorm. You're gonna code back. No! Bad game, but gonna keep playing the bad game. Let's see here. Through the Blacksmith's Eye, Weakening Blades. Author, name. Camelot's Chancellor, name the Second, defended his wife's honor in a duel against the infamous Bardulf the Malicious. Despite name's dismissal of the claims that Bardolph's enchanted his weapon, the blade particularly glittered, told another story. Weapon enchantment is no longer exclusive to arcane practitioners. Smithies have debated ways to extend such effects for an edge in combat. In this case, Barlov's weapon was far from ordinary. Though Barlov suffered the first wound, his strikes inflicted unusual effects on Malloy. Scratches, trivial at best, drained the Chancellor's speed and vigor with each passing moment. Sensing foul play, Malloy moved to forfeit. But Barloff seized the chance to strike him down. Fellow guildsmiths and I deduced that Barloff's coated his blade with dual substances, one to slow, the other to weaken. A grim testament of growing potency of enchanted weaponry. Yeah, so we get Fool's Rush and Moss from a cursed well. I'm telling lady, good luck, be brave. Oh, the Druidic Alchemy 2. The use of mandrake in of alchemy sparks controversy due to its unsettling origins. Some see it as bordering on the dark arts, while others view it as just another plant, uninvolved in its sowing. Following the eradication of the druids during the Charred Conclave, alchemists leaned towards condemning mandrake, associating it with druidic potions. However, unlike sage, mandrake isn't a core ingredient in their craft, even though it is undeniably versatile. Branding anything tied to druidic as dark arts is a troubling trend. Many esteemed alchemists built their careers on mandrake-based potions, and such work should not fall prey to zealous purifiers of our craft. Agreed. Let's see, and the Almbic amongst the tribes, the Picts. We'll see how this goes. No tribe in Avalon is more mysterious than the Picts, and I can attest to that. The impression they leave on me remains vivid even now. When I finally found their secretive group, they said not a word to me, yet I sensed no hostility. Instead, I am certain their scouts had been observing me, perhaps deeming me harmless. When my supplies ran out, I awoke one morning to find food by my sleeping bag. A clear sign of acceptance. A silent guide led me deeper into the forest, where I met the tribe. Still, not a word was spoken. For a full moon, I lived amongst them, silently observing their customs. I noted every ingredient they added to their alchemical cauldrons, and, lacking explanation, tested the mixtures on myself. The results? Spectacular! In the next section, I shall share the best pickish recipes and their uses. Remember, proportions are key. And for this, you get access to Plentiful Mana Potion. That's really cool. It just locks mana at 100%. Rejuvenation Potion just increases all your stuff. Increases bow draw speed by 100%. And just gain health. That was a really good book. That was some really good gains in terms of new recipes. My alchemy skills will increase profoundly. You'll all see.
Is some local witchcraft I've been trying to make sense of. I guess I'll find out when I try it. Experience is the best teacher. Don't worry, I'm not testing anything on the others. Graham the Mad, a great Camelotian physician, used to say that a real doctor would never give his patients something he hadn't tried on himself first. A wise approach, which I follow myself.
Is that why your face is so damaged and your arms are full of cracks and splinters? I worry about you.
What irony? Oh, that was unexpected. Here, take it. What will happen, I have no idea. But please, tell me, if you live to find out.
I'm feeling pretty tough right now. Glug. Have a good night, Brian. Thanks so much for hanging out today, my dude.
I was classically trained in the proper art of medicine by the scholars of Camelot. The things they do here, they make no sense. No sense at all. Most of this stuff shouldn't even be effective, yet it seems to work wonders on these simple-minded, tough-bodied people here in the south. Shipments from Camelot are late, so I'm running low on supplies. If I'm not able to treat them, they'll start complaining. And Fergus doesn't like when people complain, especially when it comes to their health. He truly cares about them, I've got to admit. He doesn't care much about anyone else, though. I don't dream about anything anymore, so sleep feels like a waste of precious time. Fortunately, back in Camelot, I found a mix of remedies that can keep me awake for a whole week. It was quite popular in our study group. Oh no, every physician needs his secrets. But I can sell you some if you promise not to tell any of the higher-ups.
This sounds dangerous.
There are side effects. You won't fall asleep for a while, but the moment you do, well, you'll feel like you died and came back to life, only to die again. So you either take the next dose or endure it. I can endure it because I don't have a post to attend to. But our brave soldiers, well, that'd be risky.
Is it meth? Is it meth? Or cocaine?
Well, they already trust my word. I'll be sure to deny everything. Moreover, I'm in the position to raise my prices or to refuse to sell you medicine, whichever suits my mood. I'm honestly quite offended you're even asking.
Hello, Ignis. Thank you for the hydrate, Ignis. And what is this? Is the potion actually here? Oh, there it is. The famous reset tonic. Your horses have eyes. I haven't seen them yet, Dub Shadow. I'm running around doing all the things that are not important because that's just what I do. Wow, you're so mean, Ignis. Don't you know that I'm currently having a mental health crisis and you're not helping? You're making it worse. Oh, the references to the patch notes. Yeah, Dorn, that's been spreading around and I've just been like, what does this mean?
Healing diseases, sometimes cutting people open. Oh, and pulling out teeth seems to be a leading cause of concern for everyone around here. Me pulling teeth in the arse end of the world? My friends back in Camelot would laugh their brains out.
Audio Ignis gifted A tier 1 sub to Brian Gilmartin. They have given 7 gift subs in the channel.
Thanks, Ignis. That's very kind of you, Ignis.
Why would you, though? Don't you have better things to do?
I go upgrade my computer now. Bye. Good luck, be brave. Good luck with putting in... no, we're not doing that. We're not doing that. Just good luck, be brave.
Well, if you're not in the mood for sharing, then I won't ask. You might have more success getting people to trust you with their personal matters if you were a little bit more forthcoming, you know? Aha, got it. So you're up for work not out of the goodness of your heart, but for your own selfish plans. Good point. That is a very good point. But all right, if you're a mercenary, then I do have a job for someone who'd be willing to risk their life in exchange for material goods.
Hmm.
Back at the academy, I found an ancient scroll written by the druids. Forbidden knowledge, especially now, after the mob forced them all into a wicker man and burned every last one of them to ash.
That'll teach
I
him.
finally deciphered it a little while ago. It describes a ritual that needs to be performed at night within a stone circle. And guess what? There's one in the nearby forest. I guess you already know what I need you to do, hmm? That is an excellent question, but I don't know. From what I've been able to decipher, it's a summoning spell to bring something or someone to our world. That being will share its great knowledge with the one brave enough to summon it. I need you to remember what it says and repeat it to me after you're back, word for word. And here I am, thinking that everyone's already heard about the Charred Conclave. Well, it wasn't the proudest moment in our history, that's for sure. You truly don't know. At some point, the villagers all around the island decided that the Druids were responsible for the Red Death, and all other ailments of our times. They rounded them all up in a massive wicker man north of the Forlorn Swords, and burned them all to ashes. Hundreds of years of knowledge gone within the blink of an eye. But, well, that's what's bound to happen when you stop paying for people's education and invest in keeping the elites fed instead.
I'm sorry. Oh my god, they did a Wicker Man. They did a Wicker Man, Cobalt! They did a goddamn Wicker Man! Out here screaming like not the bees.
Isn't it obvious? I'm the only medic they have here at the Horns. I'd like to see Fergus's face if he hears about me going out there. In Camelot, maybe, but this far south? Nobody cares. I've spent my entire life digging through scrolls and books in pursuit of their knowledge. I've been reading about their rites and the descriptions of their rituals. Look, I'm sure they were onto something. They knew much more than we do, but it feels like there's a veil wrapped tightly around that knowledge. It's like I need to find the right spell, the right ritual, something that will unwrap it for me.
All right, Dorn, without too many spoilers, are the druids complicated? Because at first it felt like it was like, you know, like the like a formal religious group started just murdering off like the pagans. But now there's kind of, I remember learning some things about the druids having some weird stuff. Like the blood place, I think, was built by the druids with the fighting and the compulsion for people to murder each other. So it's like, are the druids complicated? They're not just ambiguously good or evil. Sounds like Fae shenanigans to me. Well, there are Fae in this game, so you're not wrong, per se. Do I have mistletoe? I wish there was a way to more easily, like, quickly see your, your materials. Oh, I don't have any mistletoe. Sorry, Pete, that was interrupted. No worries. Are the druids complicated? Like, they're not ambiguously or unambiguously good or evil. They're kind of like... It's not just like a formal religion coming in and murdering all the pagans situation. We're not just like, the druids did nothing wrong. There's kind of like a, they did some weird stuff. They're more complex than just, no, they did nothing wrong. I'll say this: the druids were a scapegoat. You'll eventually see why. I figured, but it does feel like they're not without blame. You know, they don't have clean hands. They just also probably shouldn't have just been casually murdered. Hello, Scotty. How are you? No, hold on. I wanted to read the ancient scroll. To seek the knowledge, you must heed these words. You must step into Elizabeth. Bling, hello, thank you so much for the raid. And also for the 25 watch. Let's go. Let's heck it go. I'm here to see horse eyes. I haven't seen any horse eyes yet. We're busy learning about druids and people being upset about their teeth getting pulled. And also, thank you, Kobold. Appreciate it. Go follow Ling. She makes cool art. They did a bad thing, but they're not responsible for a bad thing. Interesting. I am intrigued and hope to learn more about it in the future. We've been robbed. You haven't been robbed. There's just stuff. That comes first, and I haven't seen a horse yet. As you're preparing to become a vassal for the knowledge, eligible, gather the following ingredients. Venison, onion, and a clove of garlic. I don't have any of those. I just cooked those. Put them in a cauldron. Make these offerings to sacred druid site of your choosing. Put them on the altar and wait patiently. Look, there were things that had to be done first, okay? I will not be held responsible for doing the right thing. We'll make it a tasty soup. See, that's how I feel too. That it's just like, you made a tasty soup. And it's like, is that what that was? Didn't I just buy a bunch of alcohol from him though? I mean, I'll build another one, why not? It's 25%. I just want basic. Oh, it's sage. I was low on sage. Hi, friend. I'm here to buy all your sage. Thank you. Also, Ling, how did the art go? Also, make sure to stretch. I know how good you are at stretching. What do you mean like that? Ling is not good at keeping her wrists and fingers stretched when it comes to art. And it makes me constantly worry. You got a lot of doodles. Got a lot of doodles out and then designed. Anurula? I am not crushing that word. I am not doing good. I'm gonna sell that. Well, look, you chose to take this approach, Mr. Dorn. I'm simply proclaiming that somebody that I know is being not amazing at keeping themselves healthy, and I worry about them. Don't really need a mana potion. Do want to keep that one because health potions are good. I did not realize that that potion is called Druid's Friend. Incredible. Don't want the Mad Dog. Yeah, that'll do for now. Anurla. Anurla? Anurla. I'm crushing it right now. I don't know if anybody's noticed. I'm doing really, really good at words. Also, I swear there's question marks. Oh, they must be above? Let's at least go check out who they are. Clap. Thank you. Thank you. Look here, Dub Shadow. Wait, Dub, aren't you at work right now? Are you skipping out on work? Are they up above? They must be. They're not here. Is there an up above? Is there a way up? That is looking like a way up. No, I'm back. Welcome back! Wait, so I could have been playing Dwarf Fortress right now? I could have had a dub shadow dwarf running around? Wait, what's that? Oh. Wait. I didn't realize that there was even more to this place. Well, even more exploration. No horses for us yet, ladies and gentlemen. I'm too busy exploring. Also, Ling, if you need to go take care of yourself, please by all means do so. Steal the cheese, steal that egg, steal the ale. Nothing in those cards.
Your head down.
Just keep your head down.
Bloody seagulls! Can you hear me? You flying vermin! Just try landing here and I'll pluck your asses clean. A keep by the sea. What a great idea that was. And what do you want?
What? Of course the keep is by the sea. It's a defensive point. It's simultaneously used to guard a lighthouse to ensure that people can guide ships properly, and it's also a defendable stronghold, both from land attacks and sea attacks. Why could you not see that, you absolute fool?
I'm fixated. Me! Oh, you didn't see what they did to me a week ago. I was just standing watch as usual, and then, suddenly, splat. A dozen of them flying overhead, screeching, shitting and whatnot. So, I yelled what I think about them, shaking my fist. And then another 4, splat! And they kept screeching. I tell you, they're laughing at me. I spent all night cleaning my armor. Sewell didn't think it through when he decided where to put the keep, mark my words.
Scotty, I would not lose my mind this hard about birds. That's all I'm gonna say.
Sure. If you haven't noticed yet, everything here tries to destroy you, including the bloody seagulls. I once managed to shoot a few. I thought they'd learned their lesson and wouldn't be flying over here anymore. And guess what they did? They kept shitting with increased force. Like they're planning it. Vengeful scoundrels. I need to try a different strategy. Find something that will make them feel real terror. Like the way crows are afraid of scarecrows in fields. I'm sure seagulls also have something that scares them. We just need to find out what it is.
We? Whoa.
Come on, have mercy. I'd have dealt with the damn creatures myself, but I don't have the time. They're not even good for anything. Less meat than a squirrel. And what's there is dry as a pilgrim's foot. I'm not asking a lot. I just need something to scare them off.
I'm glad, Scotty. Romans at war with the sea. Avalon at war with the sky. What's next? Look, Dub Shadow. Don't forget. Was it a Roman? What was it? Greece that had the ocean lashed for a couple of times. Who was that again? Lashing the ocean. It was a Roman emperor punishing the sea. That's right. Or was it a Persian? Oh, it was a Persian king. That's what it was. You weren't Roman, you were stagnant. But, wait, didn't a Roman do something? Well, now we gotta figure it out. Hold on. Roman emperor had sea lashed. Wait, it was Caligula? Wait. Wasn't he the one that was weird? We're just gonna say the word weird. Wasn't he also down with sexual depravity? Oh, yep, there we go. For the early part of his reign, he was said to have been, quote, good, generous, fair, and community-spirited, end quote, but increasingly self-indulgent, cruel, sadistic, extravagant, and sexually perverted. Thereafter, an insane, murderous tyrant who demanded and received worship as a living god, humiliated the Senate, and planned to make his horse a consul. Most modern commentaries instead seek to explain Caligula's position, personality, and historical context. They dismiss many of the allegations against him as misunderstanding, exaggerations, mockery, or malicious fantasy. What? But that's so much more fun.
Thank you. I just need you to bring me some kind of a bird scarer. They'll learn their lesson and keep away from me. I don't know. I'm not sure if there's anyone crazy enough to take up something like this. But there is one guy in the museum, Riderick. He's supposed to know everything.
I wonder if it was maybe... Did they have mercury in Roman times? Because mercury poisoning has a tendency to kind of make you go mad. Thank you very much, Fox Soundcut. I appreciate that. Did the Romans have mercury? Cosmetics, medicine, and for extracting gold. Well, suffering from lead poisoning or mercury poisoning. And don't forget, there's a reason that people did the Mad as a Hatter have the statement Mad as a Hatter, because back in the day you would use mercury to, I believe it was to stiffen leather, in order to make hats. So your hats were actually infused with some mercury, and you would get mercury poisoning, and it would genuinely fuck you up. Like, mercury poisoning is no joke when it comes to, like, mental damage. Because of the lead lacing into the wines. So there is a potential chance that some of the more decadent emperors of Rome could have actually lost their minds due to poisoning. Wouldn't they use mercury as a cure to syphilis? I mean, that's also pretty sure. That's possible. Actually, hold on. Let me check that out, Cobalt. That might be a thing. Curing syphilis with mercury. Syphilis and the use of mercury. Mercury pills were popular. Well, no, that was the 17th and 18th century. I wonder if they did that back in the day, though. '16th century. Oh, hold on. The first syphilis outbreak was in 1494. So syphilis might not... Was syphilis a thing in the Roman era? Hold on. Syphilis in Roman times. Did it exist? Hold on, sorry. I'm going down a freaking rabbit hole right now. Brief history of the thing. Oh god, this is an entire freaking... This is the National Library of Medicine. Do I really want to go down this road? This is a long situation. 14. No, they're still talking about the 14s. The Roman Empire was like... Like in the early, or in the small BCs, if I recall correctly, into some of the ADs. I don't remember exactly when the Roman Empire really fell, but no, I don't think syphilis was a thing. It does sound like they used it for medicine, though, so they could still be freaking themselves up with that. As Dub Shadow said, if their wine was being laced with lead, I mean, that's one of those fun things where it's just like, how much did that potentially contribute to the downfall of Rome? You know? If their wine was being freaking laced with lead. Because, I mean, we have sufficient evidence to prove that lead-based gasoline can be correlated to increases of crime, at least in the US. Like, you can see it with a delay of a few years between when the increase of said production started and the increase of criminal activity and, like, violence. Like, you can put those two graphs next to each other and you can see it by a few years of delay. Sounds like Canadian Cope. No, Dorn! Stafoo, you! That is a completely legitimate bit of science. You shut the fuck up. Leaded gasoline straight up has an incredible history in that regard. So the idea of there being lead in wine, that's completely legit. Hold on. Lead in wine. Romans. Disturbingly long history of Roman wine contained at least... Jesus. $20 milligrams of lead per liter. How much lead does it take to give you lead poisoning? Like, almost nothing. How much lead does it take to get lead poisoning? I do not know what those particular things mean, unfortunately. Google that. Micrograms per... I don't know what the bleep that means. How many freaking layers do I need to go down before I even... For the red pipes, though. Oh, I see. You're... And everyone back and suffering from lead poisoning. Well, if the wine situation is actually a thing, it's a unit equal to 1/1,000,000 of a gram. The amount of volume equal to 1/10. Oh, a deciliter. Okay, so that'd be that. And the number there is 40 micrograms per deciliter. Oh yeah, if that wine had that much lead in it, lead poisoning would have been profound. Depending on how much wine you were chugging. But even then, fucking yikes. Well, that was one heck of a frickin' learning experience. That is horrifying. God damn. I don't know all the stuff about lead poisoning, though, so, like... I'm supposed to be playing a game, not doing research right now. What are The effects of lead poisoning. High blood pressure, brain, kidneys, and reproductive health issues. Headache, stomach cramps, constipation, muscle and joint cramps. Trouble sleeping, fatigue, irritability, loss of sex drive. In children, it's developmental delays, learning difficulties, irritability, loss of appetite, waist loss, sluggishness, and fatigue, abdominal pains, vomiting, constipation, hearing loss, seizures, eating things such as paint chips that aren't food, lead in newborns, born prematurely, lower weight, slower growth, and in adults, it's that. Mood disorders, that's the big one, right? That's the big lead thing, is the mood disorders, reduced sperm count and abnormal sperm, miscarriages, stillborns, and premature births in pregnant women. Risk factors, complications. Exposure to even low amounts of lead can cause damage over time, especially to children. Great risk to brain development. Irrational damage can be done. Higher levels can damage kidneys and the nervous system in both children and adults. Very high levels cause seizures, unconsciousness, and death. Well, goddamn. Frickin' boys are out here dropping like flies. Where's this info hole we're in? I actually have never sat down and read what lead poisoning does. I knew that it had to do with, like, how to say it, with, like, with mental disorders, especially from the perspective of, like, irritability and, like, quickness to anger due to it causing something to do with, like, your impulse control. But I realized I've never actually sat down and been like, what is that actually, what is that actually all about? And have a good lurk, by the way, Cobalt. Lead used to be in paint. It sure was. And thank you for the stretch and the orb, the hydrate, and the subsequent stretch, I presume. All because a guy was shooting at seagulls. Look, Dub Shadow, we travel in mysterious ways when it comes to conversation. And we can follow the line pretty easily. Seagulls, war with the sea, Rome, Coagula, lead in the wine, and mercury, lead poisoning. The effects of lead poisoning. Oh. What Will didn't mention is it's all tied to the tainted lore of the druids were the ones practicing alchemy using mercury and lead paint chips, vital ingredients to respec, hence why the grail is tainted. Oh, I see. So you're drinking a lead-based potion so that you just knock out all your former knowledge. Okay, so we need to talk to a guy for that guy. And there's another guy. There has to be. Yeah, there's still question marks. And they look like they're up there? Is there a way to actually get up there? So I don't know why I'm allowed to loot these without a care in the world. Just stealing everybody's swords. There's got to be a way up there somehow.
The less attention.
Oh, here we go. Found it. Hello? Oh, and now we're not allowed to start doing things here, eh? Oh, but you got a little gardening plot up here. An interesting spot. I would have put it lower personally, but hello.
Watch the feet.
No, we still got a little bit of time.
Your feet and my priceless seedlings. I swear, your nosiness will be the death of you. I have everything I need. And you, the fly in the ointment.
The chicken's pushing me around.
I'm Owen, and this is what I do here. It's safe. I can keep an eye on it, and I can chase off the seagulls. And when the weirdness comes, and the dead start rising up from their graves, then a rooftop garden will be much safer than one on the ground.
Oh my god. Up Shadow, you were like almost right.
I let Rark in. He doesn't talk so much. He's my best friend. My hole in your skull.
Hey Zai, I hope that you're doing well. Thank you for the bits. Oh, sorry, Dorn. Also, thank you for the bits. For some reason, I thought that was a highlighted thing.
No, I can handle a few seagulls. I'm not like that idiot Gwilyn.
I'm tired, sedate me. I don't have the power of sedation. I simply have the power of being really boring. And also being flung around by a chicken at the moment.
Always. You need to talk to plants to help them grow. I'm not gonna waste my breath on people.
Wait, root of knowledge. Hold on. Seems quite mysterious. Maybe he's his only friend can tell you more about him. I don't remember who that guy was specifically. That's not what they asked for. But I don't have the capability of serenading. I also can't think of any lullabies of any kind off the cuff, so that doesn't help. Wait, it's the chickens? Can I actually interact with them? No. And they won't let me steal the eggs either, I presume, so that's out of the question. But Dub Shadow, that song makes me emotional. Playing in the background, I was searching for possible chicken that had wandered miles the entire. I'm sorry, Nyla. That is funny though. Also, we need to take a quick little break because the ads are coming up, so give me 3-ish minutes really quick. I'll be back ASAP. In the meantime, if you guys can or are able to, if you get up and stretch, grab yourselves on me, grab yourselves on Rank, make sure you guys are taking care of yourself. I'll be back ASAP. BRB. And we're back a little bit late. Apologies. There we go. There we go. There we go. There we go. And welcome, Lunady. Hope that your trip was nice and smooth. Just sing Leaves from the Vine. I don't know the song Leaves from the Vine, unfortunately. Cough and cough again. So wait, isn't there a button? Oh, that's where it is. Spyglass. Oh, that's some lag right there. Oh, the compy doesn't like that. I take it back. I take it back. This was a mistake. We don't do spyglasses in this game. I might have doomed this file. Hold on. Let's go to anything else. Okay, there we go. We don't look through spyglasses. That's dangerous. From Avatar: The Last Airbender. All I can think of when you say Avatar: The Last Airbender is, what is that song again? Brave Soldier Boy? Hold on. Wait, it's called Leaves Through the Vine? Leaves from the Vine. Little Soldier Boy. I didn't know that's what the song was called. Oh, God. Ah! Just goosebumps from head to toe. There we go. No, I don't want to sing that. It's sad. Scotty, you suggesting that is bully. Also, wait, that's the village? No. Oh, why am I looking down? Why would I do that? Don't look down, kids. It's bad for you. Well, time to loot this place for all it's worth, I guess. How are you supposed to get up there? I don't think you, That's what I'm starting to... I don't like that. I don't like this at all. Think about being the dude that built the bridge. I mean, true, Zai. Very much true. I wouldn't envy them. I mean, most of the time when you built things like this, you just threw human suffering at it until it was built. So... chances are it was a nightmare through and through. Are we even allowed in here? It looks like it. Still no horse and a set eyes. Dub, I'm sorry. Okay. What more do you want from me? All I can do is apologize. Hindsight, maybe I shouldn't just pull switches randomly. Maybe that's not a good idea. Hello, Gwen. How are you? Kill them all? Well, I haven't found anything. Oh. Well. Isn't that a convenient little method to things? Look, don't judge me for what I do. I need garlic. I need garlic for later. So I'm hoping to find some. So far, nothing. It's the only way to save their lives. I mean, you right, though. Hold on, just going for 2 steps to see if they're, but it doesn't look like it. All right, we're taking the chain up. Dang it, there was stuff. Ah, I should have walked up. Ah, there was stuff. Hello? I mean, it looks pretty well stocked. Is there no one here? Oh, that isn't a coin. Okay, well, here I was being like, oh, I want that coin. No, there was no coin. Just a single bed at the very top. With a ladder that leads to another ladder. Wait. Wait. Dang. Hold on. Hang on. Jump master. 10 points. I don't think I'm supposed to get to that. Not well stocked anymore. What? Shh. Dub Shadow. You're giving away the everything. Nah. We're just gonna head back down again. By the look of it, it's just pure loot. Unless I'm actually supposed to go up there, in which case I don't really know how to get there. Pork. I need venison specifically. That's the aim of the name of the game. We're getting a decent amount of beef, but guards, why would you do this to me? Here I thought we were friends, but no. You cast me as asunder. You throw me under the bus before I even have a chance to get away with all the loot. Monstrous behavior. Monstrous, I say. Okay, but now based on this, we should be able to go downwards. This looks like it's just a dead end, isn't it? Hi! I mean, technically we can do it. Let's save, just in case.
Try to be more careful.
You stay out of this, you freak.
Hey. Hello. Are you also wondering why the heck we need them? Lighthouses. Why the hell are Dara and his workers pushing so hard to build the second one? Is one not enough? Is it because one is less than two and less is worse? I mean, 2 lighthouses next to each other are almost the same as one, and ships don't even sail this way anymore.
Yeah, but from a sailing perspective, being able to see 2 of them would make it easier to figure out where you are from shore, because you can triangulate yourself more easily. A single light, you could be anywhere, like with a... what is the name of that darn thing again? Little point, and then you put a pencil on the other side. Can't think of the word anymore. I'm thinking of a protractor? Regardless, like, you could be in certain radius of something and still not be able to see the shore at night. You just know that the lighthouse has that. But if you have two, you can tell if you're to the south of it, to the west of it, to the north of it, to the east of it. I mean, you couldn't be all of those because one of those would be land, but... Every time you say loot that body. Did I say loot that body? You got a compass, remember? Well, Zai, what if you dropped it in the ocean? What if you don't have the compass anymore?
2 taverns, of course. One to drink in, and the second for when you're already drunk. Ha!
Then running aground is the safest thing. But what if running aground is just a mountainous cliffside of rocks?
Aye, like you say. The waters are treacherous, so no ships. Storms and the weirdness are a deadly combination. Besides, who'd have the time to build or repair them? There are enough problems on the island. We don't need more. Well, not much going on here, as you can see. Things have been a bit different lately, due to the refugees. One was even hanged for theft. But I can't say much more as I wasn't there. If you're interested in the horns, you should visit our museum. You'll learn more about that fella, Swal, or whatever his name is. Aye, it's boring, but at least you don't have to pay to enter. But almost nobody goes there anyway.
Throw anchor, download a truck, send the truck into the ocean, watch it sink.
What do I think? As long as they follow the rules, they can stay. And if they don't, then they can hang. That's all. Folks are saying that there's some other group, probably more dangerous, not so far from here. If they come closer, well, that wouldn't be too good. You can stay here and serve. Sit in the tavern, drink and eat something. If you're looking for an adventure, you'll have to go elsewhere.
Oh, okay.
There's always something happening out in the world. But you know what? Here in the south, everything happens late. It's a big world out there, and a small one right here. From a financial standpoint, makes absolutely no sense.
Did you think that maybe it's just to keep people busy? Did we consider this option? Progress must be made, no matter what the progress is. It's like was it FDR that did the... What is it, like the workers programs? I can't think of what it's called anymore off the cuff. Where it's just like, are you unemployed? Yes, perfect. You can get a job here. Doing what? Whatever project we come up with. Idle hands are tools of the weird. Dub Shadow gets it. He understands. Hello?
Hey, you're heading to the village, right? Tiernan should let you in. Take this medicine to my father, will you? Goban is a loud man. You shouldn't have trouble finding him. I can't promise that talking to him will be any fun. Come to me afterwards.
He is the sort too. In fact, he was the builder before me. Now he's just an old fart angry at the world.
But a father is a father, right? We may hate each other, But as long as I can help him, I will. Hence the medicine. If Haber doesn't know, then I don't either. So we keep trying.
I diagnose him with old age.
Because he received orders not to let any keeper through without a pass. And I don't have one. I've already used mine. Guess what I used it on? That's right. Bringing medicine to my father. When that Egypt gets an order, he's like a priest who stumbled into an orgy. He's got a stick up his ass. Nothing gets through him.
What is that analogy? What is this analogy? When he gets an order, he's like a priest that stumbled into an orgy. I guess what? Like he ruins everybody's fun? But then also you add the... He's got a stick up his ass. Turn the game volume up a bit. It's so weird, Dorn. The audio balancing of this game is something to be desired. Some characters are loud and right on point, and some people are dead quiet. Especially the keepers so far have been really quiet, whereas the blacksmith was not. It's very difficult to like to line it up.
Not all keepers have been here their entire life, you know? He got me before he joined the Horns. Serves me right for wanting to find him, stupid son of a bitch. If only I knew what it would entail. I don't know. Following my old man here was all I ever wanted. Never saw myself as anything else. Tried picturing myself as a husband, a father once. But nah. I wouldn't know how to raise a kid. I'd just mess them up. Like father, like son, I guess.
All they need to do, though, is just take their audio and just increase it by, like, 8 decibels. That would help so much.
Well, no, of course not. We're not priestesses of the Old Mother. A woman can be
Although
an
that
old
does
crone
explain it.
and still devote herself to the Old Mother. But a man's got to have some fight left in him to be a keeper. Old enough to hold a sword, young enough to not break under its weight. We all got different roles around the keep, sure. But at the core, we're warriors. Don't forget that. If I had a gold coin for every time someone asked me that, I could fund the damn thing myself. Look, it's Camelot's orders. I get paid to follow them, not to question them. If they want to throw money at us to keep up appearances, that's their problem. I'm not about to stop them. See you around.
Okay, so I can't go into his house. Wait, I can't go into his house unless I have a key. Okay. I'm stealing your egg, though, nerd. Get egg stolen. Get absolutely egg denied.
Oh, Mother have mercy. Not another one. If I let you pass, will you promise not to make any trouble? That's just my luck. Take the post, Tiernan, they told me. You'll be looking after a village full of old farts. That's practically early retirement, they said. What a load of crap. There's always something. If it's not the deck falling apart, it's a refugee running around biting people.
I'm sorry?
Well, to be fair, he only bit one person.
Oh.
It was a keeper. I know Mahone can be a piece of shit sometimes, but gods. Now both of them are sick. And Haber's got no clue what's wrong. Which is the only reason that refugee isn't dead yet. So, he's sitting in a cage. His wife's crying all day and everyone's pissed. Meanwhile, I'm stuck in the middle of it.
That's right, they stuck him in a cage.
The deck? Nah, just old wood.
Honestly, it's the least of my problems. But I've got no way to fix it. Dara's always busy with his lighthouse, and every time I try to do it myself, someone else needs me for something. I can't even sneak out to the tavern because last time some rich bint started complaining that everything here smells of fish. That's a seaside village. What else would it smell of? You do that? That would be a huge relief. Well, maybe not huge. There are bigger problems, but it'd be a start. Truth be told, I don't know why they want it so badly. It's for boats. No one here even uses boats. But, well, you know how it is with old folks. Once they get fixated on something, there's no point in arguing. I'd pay if I could, but this was supposed to be my job. The budget's long gone. But if you're interested, I could teach you a thing or two about home decor.
Sure, why not?
Exactly standard keeper knowledge, but, well, we all have our secrets.
Oh my god, did you get quiet for that one? Nothing quite like a job like this to make you question life decisions, right? Where it's like, how did I get here? I have old people yelling at me. I got people biting people. There's this deck they all want me to build, but there's no way for me to build it because everyone just keeps yelling at me.
Surprised? Can't blame you. This might sound odd coming from someone stationed in a glorified fish bucket, but I've got a thing for furniture. The only thing more mismatched than the barracks around here is my career choice. But, yeah, I like imagining places where things fit. Where chairs don't wobble, tables don't look like someone hacked them together with a dull axe, and beds, well, beds don't feel like they're plotting your murder while you sleep. Not exactly a secret I broadcast. Most folks see me as Tiernan the Grumbler. But hey, we've all got something that keeps us sane, right? Mine just happens to be daydreaming about nicer chairs.
Wait, what do you have to sell? Oh my god, he sells furniture. I mean, it makes sense, but
ah, that's you. Do you need something?
Hold on, you had other stuff.
Oh, she's a real piece of work, that one. Her name's Lady Elisa. Something. I don't remember. She came here with her husband. Poor man. I never heard him get a word in. You know, sometimes I regret not getting married. But if I had a wife like her, I'd just end up being a keeper all over again.
Ah, women, am I right, fellas?
No need to tell me that. But I can't just go back to patrolling the walls. I'd be a laughingstock. I'd rather sit here and hope everything works itself out. I mean, everyone's gotta die someday, right? So whether it's me or them, at least my problems will be over. No, not really, fortunately. Please, try not to make my life harder, all right?
I didn't hear the rest of context. Basically, Spencer, there's a lady in the village, I believe, who is very vocal about things happening. And he's just making the comment of how he feels bad for the husband of this woman because it feels like he's never allowed to get a word in. I'm not going to say no to free resources. Let's not just randomly pull out a bow in the middle of a village, shall we? Alright, well, we got to explore the whole thing, so let's at least look here first. I think somebody was growing that, but it's mine now. I stole it. No regrets. Nice little stabby statue. Mushrooms. Mushrooms. This is gonna be one of those villages where it's just like we're all kind of retired here for the most part. And because of that, no one knows how to do work anymore.
I hope Kate isn't making Morris do anything horrible. Do you need help settling in, dear? This isn't the best day to start a new life in this place, but we don't always get to choose, do we? What a nasty business with that boy. I'm almost glad my Morris isn't here for this. He's such a bleeding heart.
What if the village is a bit weird? Dub Shadow, have you secretly been playing this game off on the side without us noticing? Because you've got those jokes in your pocket right now.
Oh, I'm not sure, love. I don't move around too much. I just heard about that fight with the road keeper, and now poor Cole's locked up in a cage. Him and Patrice make such a lovely young couple. They remind me of Morris and me when we were their age. I'm sorry, dear. I hope I didn't offend you. I'm still not used to all this. You see, I was born in Little Grove and thought I would live out the rest of my life there, working in the orchards in the mornings and drinking warm cider with my beloved in the evenings. We never wanted to see the world. I guess sometimes the world doesn't give us a choice, does it? That's what people say, but I never agreed. I weathered many storms with my Morris, coming out stronger each time. Avalon taught us to cherish the little joys of our everyday life.
Oh.
Without those lessons, we wouldn't have survived what happened to our village.
I mean, to be fair, Dub Shadow, I feel like progression-wise, I've got about 5 hours in the game.
Little Grove was raided by bandits, a local gang that had been terrorizing the area for months, growing in numbers with each raid. Their leader, Bald Kate they called her, somehow got hold of a branding iron used to mark outlaws. After pillaging a village, she'd brand some men and women of her choosing. That way, Kate made sure nobody would ever help them, and that they'd have no choice but to turn to her if they wanted to survive.
Ooh.
My Morris used to be a skilled tanner. I guess that's why she picked him.
Just got to the fort you're at. See? See? You're exactly.
Yes, I asked him to. He wanted to run with me, but he was still feverish after the branding. I was worried he'd die on the road. Now, I don't have many kind words for Kate, but she doesn't like her efforts to go to waste. As long as he stayed, she'd make sure he was healed. I hated leaving him there, and I hate to think of what she's making him do, but I hope he's at least still alive.
You just wanted... No, Snapper, you're being rude. Apologize to the nice lady.
Of course I did, right after I got here. The only answer I got was that they're aware of the bandit problem and are dealing with it. But I've heard rumours that the gate is always shut and the keepers are forbidden to leave. So, I've got no hope there. Look at me, love. I'm just an old woman. I've lived a quiet life, never learned any skills Kate would find useful. She has no need for useless mouths to feed, and Morris, well, he didn't want me to stay anyway. He said we'd find our way back to each other, but I'm starting to fear we'll have to wait for another life. From what I've heard, they decided to stay in Little Grove for a while, drinking my cider to the last drop, no doubt.
R.I.P.
Not like they have to worry about the authorities. The only ones we saw were the Camelot tax collectors that came by once a year. Other than that, not a uniform in sight since I was a little girl. Oh, Mother bless you, my dear. That's all I could ask for. Please, let me know as soon as you learn anything.
I can certainly try, ma'am.
At first, it wasn't so bad. But now it gets worse every day. We just sit around here, doing nothing. Don't get me wrong, we have food, we have a roof over our heads, and we're grateful for that. But no one trusts us enough to let us do any work. None of us wants to be a freeloader, as they call us. I wouldn't mind a task or two to earn my keep and to take my mind off my troubles. I might not be all hale and hearty, but I've still got two good hands. Which is more than you can say about some of the codgers living here.
Codger! Yeah, there you go. There's a good word.
Be careful out there, love.
I do. That is actually one of those things that's always like a nice example of like standard people, you know? Like there's the whole idea of just like, oh, if you make if you take away people's like need to work, they'll never work. And it's just like, no, people like being useful. Like that kind of stuff is, at least for me, like just sitting on my butt all day not doing anything, it like irritates me. It's like I need to do something, either help somebody with something or just get up and do something. Like we want, most people want to do things, you know? Also, this place could really do with some rework. God dang. It's a miracle nobody's snapping their ankles the way that these boards are set up.
Each day feels heavier.
Do your days feel heavier each day? Oh my goodness. Unk. Are you okay, Dub Shadow? Do I worry? I will worry if required.
Oh, it's you.
It's me.
I've already told you I'm not going anywhere. If you want something from me, then... Oh. I don't know you. I'm Dugald. You're not one of us. And you're not a local either.
You could have chosen a better time to come here. Kind of poor ambience, if you know what I mean.
Well, at least we have a roof over our heads.
Unk? I don't know how you would say that specifically, Dubshot. This is truly a crack. It's just people who are being put into it and just literally being like, you stay there. Like, you're old now. You stay there. Ugh, that sounds awful, honestly. Just like, yeah, you have a roof over your head. We'll make sure that you're fed. It's like, well, what else do I do? It's like, nothing. Just exist. Ugh. This would definitely be a place where drugs would probably be fairly reasonable. Because in a lot of places, you'd be bored out of your mind, you know? Like, the reason that there's a lot of, like, weed in, like, small, nothing happening towns is because it's like, what else are you supposed to do? You know? Like, in the areas that I lived in, you basically had to, like, there was a town near where I lived, and it was basically just like, well, what did you do? It's just like, I don't know, you picked up video games, you picked up a sport, or you got high. Like, what else did you have to do? So, like, if there was drug abuse in this place, I wouldn't blame them. Could you imagine being stuffed into, like, a little backwater village where you can't do anything? Like, you're legally not allowed to do anything? You're just expected to just sit around all day? Oh my god. Yeah, either give me that frickin' firearm so that I can eat the barrel, or give me that joint, you know? Like, something to make the time pass.
My boy Frank and I came here with the others. We left our village because we had to. Well, I had to. But Frank is a good lad, so he came with me. I took him in, you know. Found the poor sod at the mill, sleeping in the hay. He was chilled to the bone back then, but I could tell he'd be a strong lad once he thawed out. He used to help out on the farm. He's young, but he already has a couple of tattoos. Tribal ones. Means he must have been cast out of the Del Rita. At first, people in our village gave him dirty looks. But then they realized he wasn't a bandit. He was a good, hard-working kid. Then they started to treat him as one of their own. Frank is a quiet boy, and he doesn't talk much about himself. I feel like those days with the reader are long buried for him. Almost like he never lived them. Roscree. Few shacks and a small field of grain. I was a miller back there. My daughter married a good, hard-working man. Eventually, I gave them the mill. Still helped around, but wanted to let the young folks learn how to work there. Then this kid, Frank, came along. Everything seemed to be going pretty well. Of course, something happened. Life here can't just be bearable. Oh no. Everything has to get screwed up somehow. That's the way it goes in this cursed land. My dear Trina and her bairn. They got caught by a weird beast. I started to hit the bottle and finally, my son-in-law kicked me out. I left Roscree. And so did Fran. He says he has some kind of life debt, and he won't leave me alone until one of us drops dead. I'm sorry too. To be honest, I'm a bit confused about what's going on. Usually it was me who yelled at everyone, and now I feel like a drudge. And this nasty thing with Coll. Poor lad. Shouldn't have ended like that. He and Beatrice got along very well. Let me tell you something. When I saw all these wrinklies around here, I thought this place would suit me. But then all this shit happened. I suspect we won't stay here long.
Oh, I just specifically was looking at it from my perspective, Spencer. I don't know what kind of stuff was going through the town nearby my place. Too young and naive for such things. Looking at it now with like fresher eyes, it's like, I get it though.
Each day feels heavier.
Hey, free leather, let's go.
Something happened. Frank listens. I'm not from anywhere. Frank is attached to nowhere. I found a home with Dugald. I owe him a life debt. Frank was never a dull reader. Not without a name. Without a name, you are nobody in the tribe. Like me. And if that lasts too long, you must leave. I left and became Frank. Frank. A name, and not a name. Nothing happened to Frank. A stray, taken in by a miller. That's all. Frank cannot be a dull riada. His mother was. But the tribe decided that he was not worthy of a name. That is why he is not of the tribes. Conquer. Wolf. Strong. Important name. Not seen in the south for a long time. Must be dead. A place without a leader. As I see it, it will finally fall apart. One way or another. There are no tales about a place that survived without a strong leadership. And it's not about kings, nobleshites, or chieftains. Titles are just words that pull the wool over a man's eyes. What's needed is a strong soul with a strong name. And their names mean as much as Frang's, which is to say, nothing.
Imagine being told you're not worthy of a name. Probably part of their customs, which we don't really understand. There's a reason that it seems like most of like the, how to say it, the Avalonians seem to have a prejudice towards them.
Now they're a bit like Frang. Strays with no home. But Reese is strong, despite what happened with Cole. Ellis. He's funny. I like him. Rawson. I know nothing about her. And Dugald. A man who became Frank's father. He has my gratitude. Don't bother. Frank never met the Keepers, but the unnamed boy did. Once, a few of them, many years ago, we thought. The unnamed boy survived even though he showed fear. Should it do that? The Keepers approached the camp of the boy's people, but that past does not belong to Frank. I'm Frank.
I see.
You've come to put me in the cage. Sorry. Just a bit of grim humor. You know, about what's been happening here. Such a mess, isn't it? Cola's all right, and Beatrice, what a shame. Such a fine girl. Anyway, I'm Ellis. Nice to meet you. What do you need?
What do I need?
Frank. That boy is golden, I'm telling you. Smart, nice, quiet though. He keeps his head down. Only once did I see him angry, and whoa, that was something. I thought he was going to kill me on the spot. That was back on the road, right after we met. We came here later. He sure did. I nicked Dugald's roast squirrel. It was the last one. Supposed to be his. But I forgot. I felt really bad about it. Normally, Dugald would tear me a new one. You know how it is. Miller's blood runs hot. But when Frank lunged at me, Dugald was speechless, completely shocked. Cole had to calm Frank down. Cole was a great guy. Frank, a thief? Nah, not a chance. He's got principles. Frank's not just your regular Avalonian kid. He acts differently, like he's not from here. If they were to hang him, I'd take his place. Well, no I wouldn't. But you know what I mean. Frank's a good one. Truly.
I appreciate his immediate shift of just like, I'd take his place. Okay, well, I'm full of shit actually, but...
Well, I'm Ellis. Goldsmithing is my life and passion. And between you and me, I feel like I'm losing my mind without it. When I hold tools and make beautiful things, it feels like I can bring some light into this wretched world. I wish I was somewhere where I could just do some goldsmithing, but I'm a bit scared. So, here I am, sitting on my ass in some village listening to waves and the screams of seagulls and old men. Nothing to write home about, even if I still had one. I was working as a goldsmith in a group of, let's call them business people. I was once traveling with a caravan that got attacked by him. Their chief was a smart guy. The moment he heard I was a goldsmith, he knew what to do with me. He got me converting all the jewelry they stole into new pieces. You want to hear what I did once?
Sure.
We went to Timberwall. the gang wanted to rob some merchant's house. We holed up in a seedy tavern and waited for the right moment. Then, one night they broke in, came back with a whole load of trinkets. Beautiful stuff. The moment I saw it all, I instantly knew what I wanted to craft. They gave me a couple of days, tinkered for a bit, and then, ta-da! Brand new merchandise. After I was finished, I dressed myself all nice, went to that merchant's house and went, "Good morning, kind sir. I'm a goldsmith. My work is renowned in all of Camelot. Would you be interested in what I have to offer?" You know what he said? "Of course I would." That nonce bought the entire lot, even though I inflated the prices like a street peddler. And when I came back, the others couldn't believe their eyes. I thought I was gonna keel over. I miss that.
Buddy out here just straight sells the merchandise back to the wealthy man at inflated prices. Legend. Legend. Spoken to you, spoken to you, spoken to you. I
Didn't think anyone
I
would
swear
stop
there was
by.
another person. Spoke to you. Spoke to you. Spoke to you. Is there not a third? Or a fourth? Well, if I see them, I'll talk to them. Also, apologies for just like the sitting quietly and reading stuff. I like the world building. It always makes me wonder about how to approach writing worlds like this. There's the cage and the lady. Oh, hello there. Ah, the fast travel point. Beautiful. Beautiful. Oh, milkweed. Yoink, 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 yoink. Look, sometimes you just gotta sit and let the game tell you what it's all about. And then feel bad because you're streaming, so you should be actually, you know, talking. I say as I immediately start hacking up along right afterwards. Oh, this must be the old man who I'm supposed to give medicine to. I feel like I shouldn't be allowed to do this, but here we are. Alright, so they do have something, though. Some peeps, at least, are able to do some fishing. Probably for the best, because I feel like they'd lose their minds otherwise.
Bloody hell, look at this! The old place is in a shambles. Bunch of decrepit old coots. They do nothing but shuffle around, stare at walls, and sleep under leaking roofs. Can't even hammer a nail properly. I'm telling you, if I was still working here, this place wouldn't be falling apart. Ah, but I'm not. Ah, shite. I can't even stand to look at it, let alone live here.
And who are you? What you want? You another one of Durar's freeloaders?
I bloody knew it. Retirement my arse. It's shit. Never a moment of peace.
Sorry,
At least
bud.
when I was still working, there was always something to do. Now, so, what you want?
Man, this guy is just the perfect example of the made work his entire existence, all his life, and now he's retired and doesn't know what to do.
One day, my boy got it into his stupid head that old Gaban is ill. Bullshit. They're all telling me I should do something about it, or else I'm done for. I'll be dead as a doornail in no time. Ha! Like hell I will. I'm still here, ain't I? I've served my time. I've lived me life. And now you can all kiss my ass. So there.
Well, give it a try.
Peace and quiet. Good one. I'll only have my peace and quiet when I'm finally dead. And that ain't gonna happen soon. At least when I'm with Finley, I don't need to listen to his nagging. Listen, they wanted Heber, that healer from the keep, to come here. He did. They wanted him to look me over. He did. Then he just threw up his hands, mumbled something to himself, and that was it. Hell, I should have been an healer. Wouldn't mind going around being a pain in everyone's arse for a living. These herbs. No idea what they're for. Heber said he doesn't know what's wrong with me, so there's no illness. I'm fit as a fiddle. Good thing that at least the one guy who hangs around, Finley's the name, doesn't nag me all the time. Yeah, right. He'd better focus on his job.
Well, we tried, chat. Although I've had that experience before. Of just like, I'm sick. Just like, am I immediately dying though? No? Then I'm not too worried about it. Oh, time for me to skip. Got an early and long day. Had a grand time, y'all. Didn't want to leave without looking at the horse's eye. I'm sorry, Dub Shadow. Please go. Have yourself a good day tomorrow.
What's got you so nosy? Pour me a drink and I might open up.
Maybe he's just got gout.
So, what was your question? Hold on. Finley is not my caregiver. He's my helper at most. Hey, first of all, I'm not a cripple who needs a decrepit dimwit running round after me. Secondly, do you know the problem with having a helper who's mute? He doesn't bloody talk. I mean, it's not all bad. At least I don't have to listen to even more bullshit. He puffs up like a marshmallow every time he tries to say something. But I don't understand shit. Curious, aren't you? Fetch me a drink and we'll see about the chat.
God dang it. Maybe he just has gout. He's got the frickin' booze.
So, what was your question? That's what he says anyway. But yeah, he's my blood. Eager like me, and look at that bulbous nose. Won't disown what's clearly mine. But I ain't gonna talk with a stranger. It's like half the blighters here don't have working peckers. Or they've never even touched a woman.
Hold on. I realize what time it is, and I realize I shouldn't stream more. So I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna call it for the night. Because otherwise, I think I know what's gonna... I keep forgetting that Alt is a dash. Because I have a thing on Saturday, and I need to make sure that I'm not completely zonked. And by zonked, I mean unhealthy for that. So I think what I'm going to do is we're going to be done for the evening. We see the horse? No, we didn't see any horses, Lunity. I spent too much time learning about the world. We're gonna go over to Buried Candy, though. Because one, he's streaming a game that I've been curious about called Towerborn. And two, he's a cool guy. And we're gonna raid him. And that's what we're gonna do. No, thank you, Ling, for the raid. It's very much appreciated. And for hanging out, and also for drawing me that little base. I might do something with that tonight, depending on what happens. Depending on how my night goes, I might end up making a little doodle out of that. Alright, everybody, we are going to head on out of here for tonight. We're going to go over to Buried Candy. As I said, he is currently playing Towerborn. So we're going to go support that boy. We're going to go say hi. We're going to be like, wow, what you doing over here, buddy? And he's going to go, I don't know. I'm not going to answer that question. 18 people, you absolutely majestic, lovely individuals. We are going to head on over. We are going to be done for the night. I might potentially do a stream tomorrow again. I've really been craving Dwarf Fortress, and that might be my excuse to just do a little something tomorrow. We'll see. As I said, I'm not streaming Saturday because I have a birthday party that I need to go to. But we're going to do our quick on outro, and then we are done for the evening. So thank you guys so much for sticking around, whether you were chatting, whether you were looking, whether you just popped in and out for a second. Know that you were super appreciated. Hope you guys are having a great day, afternoon, evening, or night, whatever time it have to be for you. Hope you guys are taking care of yourselves. I hope that you're drinking plenty of water. And when you finally do sleep, whatever time it have to be for you, hope that you have a very restful sleep. You as well, Zai. You have yourself a good sleep when you do, buddy. All right, everybody. I will probably, again, like I said, I'll probably stream tomorrow, so hopefully I will see you then. And if not, have yourself a great week and subsequent weekend, and I will see you guys the next time that I see you. Bye-bye for now.